Marcus Books and just left actually Moe's Books. That was the first time I've ever been there. Apparently it's been around for, I don't know, over 100 years, maybe 100 years. And this next place, Marcus, it's in Oakland. It's over 50 years, and it's definitely one of the oldest Black bookstores in the country. I'm really looking forward, and I think like with everything that's happening in the world, I'm really seeking a way to find hope in everything that's happening. And I understand that sometimes it usually comes in a form of nonfiction work, or memoirs, but I also want to see if I can find any new releases or even just like fictional work too that like inspires me. I guess a lot of books come as social justice, which yes, I'm very much interested in and looking for how can I take action? How can I maybe even influence friends to see ways to take action in my current community? One, just to find a place that is giving me hope and inspiration, and going to a bookstore that I know does a really good job of having this type of literature. Yeah, so we're gonna go to Marcus Bookstore right now and check that out. Let's go. Okay, I'm back. So I just finished at Marcus. I'm back at home. I wanted to show y'all what I picked up at Marcus Books and Moe's Bookstore. I feel like I got a good selection, very diverse range of books. One of my friends who was with me picked up James by Percival Everett, which I recommended, even though I haven't read it yet. I just know that it's a good book. So they recommended that I read Erasure. They watched a movie, haven't read the book, and they wanted me to read it just to figure out what it's about. I actually read, while I was waiting for my tea, the first 2 pages. I already like it. I think that it's really, of course, it's well written. It's by Percival Everett, who is a Pulitzer Prize winner. This is about Thelonious Monk Ellison's writing career and how he's been continuously rejected by publishers. And it's interesting that he's also grappling with publishers saying that his writing is not Black enough. So then he gets really angry because he finds out that this woman whose first novel gets released and published by visiting Harlem just for a couple days, and how it's ironic, and I see this a lot, how you could see people write about other cultures, but if you can't particularly write about your culture, it's not authentic enough. This goes on Monk's journey of rage and despair, and so he talks about writing. I'm looking forward to reading this. I also got this on discount, so I'm pretty excited about that. And so this second book I got, by the time I got to Marcus, I was overhearing a conversation. Of course, they were describing the recent events that were happening, which are very disturbing. And at that moment, just from overhearing the conversation, I have been feeling like I just wanted to just release and cry. I saw this one book, which I didn't get, but I just felt like I needed to stop because I picked up a couple books. One of the books that maybe I should have got was Healing Resistance. So that's something that if you are interested in reading, that sounds like a good book to read, of how to actually rest and restore yourselves at the same time so you still can take action. But in the sense of like sadness I was feeling, I need a bit of humor in my life, and I picked up That's How They Get You. It's an unruly anthology of Black American humor. I feel, especially as someone who's gone through family loss, that sometimes the only way to cope is to find ways to laugh. And I think I can see that on social media, how people have been finding ways to find humor. Yeah, so that's why I picked this book up. It says that this critic explores the paradox of finding community in the dozens while grieving. I was looking at one of the essays, Who Cries in Waffle House, which honestly, that just sounds funny enough. Tender-headed. It just feels like stories that maybe within the Black community we can relate to, and even just like finding nostalgic moments of our past, but looking for ways of being able to find humor or of moments of resistance. The other 2 books that I got, these were all very much different books, just showing you how my mind thinks. I bought Cobalt Red. And this is a searing first ever expose of the immense toll taken on the people and environment of the Democratic Republic of the Congo by cobalt mining. And I think this is very much important, especially as a ceramicist who uses blue glazes, and acknowledging that a lot of different minerals within the pottery community have been exploited. And I think I need to learn more about the Congo. So I think this is something that I hope to explore more with you about, especially maybe this is like a combination of a video of me trying to find a glaze while also learning about the right glazes to make. And then finally, at this point, maybe at this point of reading all three of these, maybe I might need a hug. So I picked up a romance book. It's called Gold Coast Dilemma by Nana Malone. This is about a woman who loves her cultural traditions. However, she just happens to meet someone who doesn't represent those traditions. And so she's kind of grappling with, does she pursue the typical Ghanaian engagement, or does she follow her dreams in this one encounter of this person that she recently met? So those are a few books that I picked up. I'm trying to find what can actually bring me hope during this time. I do have some books here that I realize I still haven't picked up. And as a mood reader, I notice I've been picking up more sci-fi books because I'm just trying to escape. But I also want to figure out how I really can take action within my community. I wanted to pull some books that I have. One book I got in December that I didn't actually share with you guys, but it's called Somebody Should Do Something: How Anyone Can Help Create Social Change. We can't all change the world, but we can make small changes around us, which if everyone did that, I think it would be a collective big change. I don't know if I'm saying this completely right, but if you feel me, let me know. And this kind of goes into like some problematic issues like climate change, racism, poverty. So this author paints a new picture of how social change can happen, but it just helps readers recognize their own power, turning resignation into action. I'm thinking maybe I might do like a 24-hour reading challenge, but I'm curious from you, what are you reading right now to bring you hope? Do you have any books that are bringing you joy? Are there any books that are making you feel more informed? And how are you taking action within your community? I'd love to hear your comments. And maybe this could help people just like be a springboard platform of ways to take action and maybe just have a little bit more hope in this process.